Hi there. Let me cut this off. I want to talk about a questions really quickly. Can someone take your soul without you knowing, or do you have to willingly give it up? I say this because many times I feel empty inside. Even when I try to meditate or do any spiritual work, I feel completely void. No matter how hard I try to grow spiritually, I still feel void and empty. I want to talk about something that I've been through. Yeah, you can take your soul. Your soul can be taken without you saying out of your mouth, "It's okay to take my soul," because it's different ways to make agreements. In my case, I had a karmic family. Now, my higher consciousness. Hold on a second. I want to keep this. Okay. We have a higher consciousness, a much higher consciousness that's aware of what are we going to go through right now. So it's not to say that there was no agreement ever, because we have a much higher part of ourselves or a higher consciousness that is aware of what's happening, right now. So I don't want to say that there was no agreement at all. But I will say that me having a karmic family, my soul was swapped out as a little girl. And I certainly did not say out of my mouth that I want you to do all these rituals as a little girl and swap my soul for something else. So, yeah, now I was void for a little while. I'm no longer void, but you can actually get your soul back. So if you feel void, there's no soul there. And I hear somebody. And so, and with that being said, you can be filled with a lot of entities, because that'll happen because nothing else is there. Now you can move those entities out the way and get your soul back. I had to do the work for myself. Nobody was gonna. I would talk to people and just nobody would really do it. And you can't trust nobody. That's another thing. Is you can't trust anybody. So you do talk to people who are practitioners or whoever, who know how to move things out the way and retrieve your soul. Because I mean, shamans have done that. There's a lot of people that can do that, but the problem is folks can't be trusted. But one thing I'll say though, when I did go to a shaman in 2000, I think 2016 or 2017, one of them, I talked about how I wanted my soul retrieved back, from what happened to me as a little girl. And they said, well, the problem is that it's too much in the way. So why don't we just move all those entities and those energies up out the way and then get your soul back like that? So yeah, so it's a lot of they can be removed out the way though. You just got to get into knowing who you are. Um, Another thing I want to talk about is you can be as far as Christian Keys, because I know this is a comment that was on Christian Keys part 4. I titled it C, so I just use his first initial and his whole last name. I don't write out his name Christian. I just use the initial C and then do his name Keys. But in his case, I believe he made an agreement, but I don't think he realized what was going to happen to his soul. I don't think he realized that. So what I'm saying is, I don't know if he willingly said out his mouth he gave permission for somebody to take his soul, but I do believe that he got into some kind of agreement where it was taken and he didn't realize what he was doing. Even though he's a part of that industry, he didn't realize what the he didn't realize what kind of sacrifices he really had to make. I just happened to see Christian Keys, and I saw him in a sunken place. I saw him in a red shirt. I just saw the way he looks now at his age, and I saw like this black, like he's a dark space. And he was wearing a red shirt, so he's in a sunken place. Like I said, some other entity came into his body. He was taken up to this cloud. That cloud is a consciousness. He was taken up to that cloud. His soul was, and something else entered his body because I saw it. Something else entered his body. He didn't. He probably didn't say out his mouth, "You can do this," because I saw him on his hands and knees after he did this. After he did this stunt that he pulled on his Instagram. Then I saw several images, but the one that kind of stood out is the fact that he was on his hands and knees with his face to the floor, like he was in a prayer position, like it's almost like he knew he did something that he was going to regret. He didn't realize what he did until it was over. When it was over, he realized what he did seemed like. Okay. And that was it. So he's in a sunken place, and I don't think he said out his mouth that he wanted his soul to be taken. Another thing is, from personal experience, you messing with somebody who ain't got a soul, they gonna make you empty. So this is another thing. If you got a soul, if you got a soul, and you messing with somebody who is empty, and you don't even have to be sexually involved with somebody, but that's one of the probably the easiest ways that these other entities that can occupy your space from but even if you're spending your time with a person, just being interested in them, and or whatever, just really just letting them in your space without even having sex with them, they can take your energy, they can suck your energy. Also, I don't deal with people a lot. I don't care what nobody say. I know I hear these people talk about, you got to learn how to be around people. You got to learn how to trust people and all this stuff, and don't isolate yourself. Well, let me tell you, I don't necessarily isolate myself because of a bad experience. I'm gonna say life taught me lessons, but it's not because I'm so depressed and all. I don't like. It's because, for the most part, people are ghosts. A lot of people that say we gotta learn to be around people, they don't understand that they might be dead themselves, which is gonna take me to another point where I said the world ended. Not the world, but 2021. It's not 2023. For some people, it's not 2023. Stuff stopped at 2021. Some people say stuff stopped at 2012. And to be honest with you, I don't get into I mean, some people like know codes in the matrix and all that stuff. I go by what I'm shown in my intuition. In February, I was shown that it was still 2021. In February of 2023, I think it was February 17th or February 18th. Okay, between February 16th and February 20th, between those dates of 2023, I was shown that it was 2021. I was shown that it was still 2021. Okay, and and then I kept seeing that the land was barren, that there was nothing there. So a lot of people are pretty much just a ghost. That's another thing. Somebody telling you, "Oh, you got to learn how to be around folks." Well, if you know everybody's a ghost, why do you need to be around them? As if there's no other world that exists beyond this, beside what you see with this small bandwidth called visible light. As if there's no other world that exists. I just know that people are ghosts. Well, I mean, and this is what I see. Just kind of what I've been shown, that it's like a vampiric world, but it's also certain entities that run it. But I see vampires too. I've seen a lot of vampires. Um, so that's another thing that COVID. That's a lot to say. I don't know. There's so much to say. Around 2020 is when people officially died, I think. During the whole George Floyd thing, which was May 2020, I just know it started during Memorial Day. And that was the day something was announced that he was killed. He died, and it was Memorial Day of 2020. And with all that rioting and all that looting and all that stuff going on with George Floyd, I just happened to see a vision or something. And I was looking upward, and I saw like a gateway to get out. And I saw this big boulder covering, like it was almost completely covering this door. It's a boulder. And so I asked what was going on, what was the purpose of this thing going on with George Floyd. And I first saw the heart chakra and said, now why do they want to stop it? Why do they want to mess with your heart chakra? And then the end result was to make sure just to cut people off from their crown, to cut the crown off, to keep you from getting to higher realms, to cut your crown off. Okay. Now people don't know that they are Borg. People don't realize that they are Borg. Everybody's not Borg. People who might be more have more of an awareness of all this stuff going on, they're not necessarily Borg, but for the most part, people are Borg. And let me look this up. Now, I even heard Elon Musk say that. Elon Musk said, I can't even find the clip where I heard him say that, but I heard him say it. And it is a clip because I don't watch TV. So it's some kind of clip online, like on YouTube, because I don't watch TV and I don't look at Facebook and Instagram. So it was on YouTube that I saw it. But I can't remember. Let me look this up. Mm. Okay. They're not giving me they're not giving me the definition. But anyway, Elon Musk even said that, and I heard somebody else say that. Yeah, people are basically bored. You like robots. So, okay, I'm just going to read certain things that I'm reading. The Borg are an alien group that appear as reoccurring antagonists in the Star Trek fictional universe. So, look at Star Trek, you'll see Borg right there. You know, the alien invasion? That just made me think of the alien invasion. The Borg are an alien group that appear as reoccurring antagonists in the Star Trek fictional universe. The Borg are a civilization of cyborgs, hence the name Borg, which seek to conquer a perfect all life, seizing all life form, technology, and vessels. So a lot of people vessels have been people are not really human anymore. The Borg. Okay. That's the alien invasion. I feel like uh what else do I have to say? I don't really. Yeah, you dealing with somebody, you sleeping with somebody, for instance, that is part of an organization, and even if you are not part of an organization that sacrifices people, but you in a relationship with one, don't I would not think I wouldn't want to trust that they would be loyal. From personal experience, they are not. Your family members with a person who is a part of an organization that sacrifices other people, you don't want to believe that they are going to be loyal to you. You just might be the chosen sacrifice. Okay? A lot of people are trapped. Their souls are trapped without them agreeing to it. Without them agreeing to it. They've been sacrificed by other family members. And the reason why that could have been able to happen, it could have a lot to do with protection, but also it depends on the consciousness. But when something happens to you as a child, that has a lot to do with it. Things happen to me as a child that you can still reverse. I can still reverse those things once you really learn what the truth is. You can reverse it. But when you don't know better, it's hard to get back. But yeah, it's going to be hard work that you'll have to put in because it's for you to learn. It's for you to learn and get more powerful. And I wouldn't trust a lot of these going to a lot of these practitioners asking them for help because a lot of these people are wicked. Like I said, most people are Borg. You really is most people don't really have their soul. Um, they don't realize it though. But so that's just why I just stay on my own. You got to be careful with folks. When I know what time it is, and then you working on rising back up, and you finally get to a point where you are coming back to yourself, that you're coming back to life, and you just got to be careful with people. I don't care what nobody say about no depression, or oh, you just isolating yourself from good people. No, no, everybody's people are ghosts. They ain't there. They've been taken over. People are bored. I've heard Elon Musk say that. I already kind of knew it, so I wasn't surprised. But then I heard another person say it that was a super soldier. At this point, right now, pretty much everybody's bored. Okay, I even heard Flurburn. She said they're trying. This is in one of her videos. I can't remember which one. She said, "Oh, they're trying to make us all bioborgs." I heard her say that too. Well, they ain't trying. They did it. They ain't trying. That's what they did. But, yeah. You know how you've heard other people talk about how you some of these celebrities they look like something else. They some other species or something else going on. Yeah, it's a lot that can go into that though. But anyway, yeah, but I kind of try to stay away from folks. That's why I don't like to work in facilities. I don't like to work in buildings too much. And if I do, I like to work during the time where it's the most quiet. I don't like to be in a place where I'm around people for a long period of time. Not because I have what's that called, agoraphobia? Is that fear of public places? Not because of some doggone social anxiety. Not because I've been through something and I'm depressed and don't want to be around people. It's because I know what time it is. You got to be careful. Um, like going in a mall and you don't know these folks and you just going shopping, that's one thing. Or going to the fair and you don't know these people that you're around and you just going that's one thing. But being in a public place every day, like a workplace with a lot of people in there every single day, and it's like most people are vampires. That's just what it is. Most people are going to be vampires. So why would I want to be around that? It's not because of depression and all that stuff. It's because most people are vampires, and I don't want to be around them. Most people aren't right, and they don't realize they're not right. They don't realize they're not right. Anyway, that's all I got to say. But yeah, I'll talk about that a little bit later. All right, talk to you later.